Good morning to my dear students. Welcome back to Atmagreen School, Jai Swaminarayan. Today I start with standard 9th and today we will start our revision of history lesson section 1 events and processes and part 2 socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. So okay students, this is a revision for your second periodic test. I start with a small revision recap. Three groups of people, that is liberals, radicals and conservatives. Okay, I had explained you who are the liberals, the radicals and the conservatives. Wanted changes in society but in different ways. मतलब ये तीनों को दे वांटेड टू चेंज द सोसाइटी बट डिफरेंट वेज में. किसी को पूरी तरह से लिबरल चाहिए था, किसी को कुछ रीजन में लिबरल चाहिए और किसी को दोनों ही नहीं चाहिए था. ओके, दैट इज but in different ways. While the radicals wanted major changes including universal adult franchisee, the liberals opposed a dynastic rule. Okay, that is the liberals, they opposed the dynastic rule but did not believe in giving votes to women. The conservatives wanted gradual changes while respecting the past. By the mid-19th century, socialist ideas spread through Europe that attracted widespread attention. Socialists like Marx and Engels and others added their ideas about changing society. In Russia, industries were found everywhere. Its prominent areas were St. Petersburg and Moscow. Many factories were set up in late 1890s because of railway expansion. Women made up 31% of the factory labor force by 1940, but they were paid less than men. The Socialist Democratic Party of Russia split into two wings, that is the Bolsheviks and the Mensheviks. In 1904, prices of essential goods in Russia rose sharply, forcing the workers to strike for better pay and working conditions. In January 1905, on one Sunday, a peaceful procession workers was attacked by the police, and this incident later was called Bloody Sunday. You remember students, I had explained you about Bloody Sunday. क्या हुआ था, that Tsar का, okay, during the revolution an elected parliament called the Duma was formed, and at the start of the First World War in 1914, the Russian economy was mostly agricultural in nature. Russia participated in the war against Germany but lost. This demoralized the Russian people. In February 1970, a lockout of a factory in Petrograd led to many strikes and demonstrations. The Duma was suspended, which ultimately leading to the reign of the Tsar. In April 1917, the Bolshevik leader Lenin returned from exile and made three demands known as the April Thesis. The conflict between the provisional government of Kerensky and the Bolsheviks caused the October Revolution, installing Lenin as the head of the first communist government in the world. The Bolshevik Party was renamed the Russian Communist Party, that is Bolshevik. The pro-Tsarist and socialist revolutionaries fought a civil war with Bolsheviks. When the civil war finally ended, the USSR, comprising all the republics of the former Russian Empire, was formed. Stalin took over control over the party after Lenin's death and introduced collective farming to reduce the shortage of grains in the country. However, bad harvest during 1930s and 33 led to famines with over 4 million people dying. The impact of the Russian Revolution was felt globally, with communist parties being formed in many countries. Many Indian writers were impressed by the Russian Revolution and its ideals. Okay, so that was a small that is recap of this lesson, that is socialism and Europe and the Russian Revolution. Okay, then we go to the difference between the capitalist and the socialist ideas of private property. First, capitalist ideas. Capitalists were owners of the industries in which they have invested capital. They believe in private property and a class-based society. Capitalists believe that the profit should be enjoyed by the owners of the industry. Then socialist ideas. Socialists think that all property and means of production should be socially controlled. They believe in a classless society. Socialists believe that the profits are the results of the workers' labor, so the workers deserve a share. Okay, then we go to its multiple choice questions. Suffragette movement means a movement to given women the right to vote. Dash did not believe in universal adult franchise, that is right of every citizen to vote. Who were they? They were liberals. They felt only men with property should have the vote and women should not have the vote. Who were they? They were liberals. Who thought that private property is the root of all social ills of the time? It is socialist. Who was Robert Owen? Robert Owen was a leading English manufacturer. Also, he was a socialist to believe in the idea of cooperatives. At the beginning of the 20th century, the vast majority of Russian people were agriculturists. Prominent industrial areas in Russia were Moscow and St. Petersburg. When was Russia's railway network extended? In 1920s. When was the Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party founded? It was founded in 1898. When did the USSR socialism become a global phase and worked stature? It was at the time of the outbreak of the Second World War. Okay. We go to next, that is in France, Italy, Germany and Dash nationalists became revolutionaries and worked to overthrow existing monarchs. They were, that is Germany and Switzerland. The Emperor of Russia in 1914 was Tsar Nicholas II. dash workers in Russia considered themselves aristocrats among other workers, metal workers. The Communist Party formed in India. It was in the mid 1920s. From dash the Bolshevik Party forced all peasants to cultivate in collective farms. It was in the year 1920. Okay, then we go to true or false. All political parties were illegal in Russia after 1917. It was false. The answer is it was illegal in Russia before 1914. The bad harvest of 1940 and 1945 led to one of the most devastating famines in Soviet history. Okay, it was false. It was in the year 1930 to 1933. During the 1917 revolution, the Tsar allowed the creation of an elected conservative parliament at Duma. No, it was during 1905. It was 1905, not 1917. Okay, so dates are wrong. Then we go to what were the views of the liberals in 19th century Europe regarding universal adult franchisee? That is, the liberals were opposed to universal adult franchisee. They felt that only men of property should have the right to vote. They also did not want the vote for women. Who opposed the ideas of both liberals and radicals? Conservatives opposed the ideas of both liberals and radicals. By the 19th century, how conservatives wanted a change in the society? By the 19th century, conservatives wanted a slow change in society. They believed the change should be done by respecting the past. Yes students, I had explained this. मैंने आपको पूरा explain किया था कि liberals क्या चाहते थे, radicals and conservatives. How did the revolutionaries originate in the year 1815? That is in France, Italy, Germany and Russia. Some nationalist liberals and radicals became revolutionaries. They worked to overthrow existing monarchs. Name the ruler of Russia at the start of the First World War. He was Tsar Nicholas II. Okay, he was Tsar Nicholas II. Which group of workers were regarded as aristocrats among workers? They were the metal workers. Mention the period of civil war in Russia. It was 1918 to 1920. In the context of Russia, what was kolkhoz? Kolkhoz was the collective farm in Russia. The event Bloody Sunday was later on called by what name? It was 1905 revolution. It was called as the 1905 revolution. After 1905, which elected representative body was formed in Russia? It was Kolkhoz. The event Bloody Sunday was later on called by what name? It was called as the 1905 Revolution. The elected representatives body formed in after 1905, which elected representative body was formed in Russia? It was after 1905 was the Duma. What kind of members were incorporated in Duma under the Tsar in Russia? It was conservative politicians. They were conservative politicians. Okay students, जब मैंने आपको explain किया था this lesson thoroughly, today is just the revision. तो ये all these MCQs, once you read the lesson, easily you will be able to do such MCQs. Okay, that is on 16th October 1970, Lenin persuaded the Petrograd Soviet and Bolshevik party to agree to a socialist seizure of power. A military revolutionary committee was appointed by the Soviet under Leon Trotsky to organize the seizure. The date of the event was kept a secret. The uprising began on 24th October. Sensing trouble, Prime Minister Kerensky had left the city to summon troops. At dawn, military men loyal to the government seized the buildings of two Bolshevik newspapers. Pro-government troops were sent to take over telephone and telegraph offices and protect the Winter Palace. In a swift response, the Military Revolutionary Committee ordered its supporters to seize government offices and arrest ministers. Later in the day, the ship Aurora shelled the Winter Palace. Other vessels sailed down the Neva and took over various military points. By nightfall, the city was under the committee's control and the ministers had surrendered. That is, at the meeting of all the Russian Congress of Soviet in Petrograd, the majority approved the Bolshevik action. Uprisings took place in other cities. There were heavy fighting, especially in Moscow. But by December, the Bolsheviks controlled the Moscow-Petrograd area. As the pro-government troops of Russia seized the building of two Bolshevik newspapers, that is the Military Revolutionary Committee ordered its supporters to seize government offices and arrest ministers. The Winter Palace was fired and various military points were took over. Ministers were surrendered. By night, the Petrograd city was under the committee's control. Okay, so that was the explanation. Of this extract जो मैंने आपसे अभी extract करवाया, that was okay. right? Now let me explain about the Bloody Sunday. Bloody Sunday was an incident happened in Russia on 22nd January 1905. In this day, the workers of Russia, led by Father Gapon, reached the Winter Palace of the Tsar to present a petition. मतलब किसी वो लोग कुछ अपील करने गए थे, but they were fired at indiscriminately by police and the Cossacks, resulting in the death of more than 100 workers with 300 workers wounded. This incident led to the series of events known as 1905 revolution. और उसके बाद ही 2 events भी हुए थे, that is strikes took over all over the country, and universities of Russia were closed down when student bodies stacked walkouts, complaining about the lack of civil liberties. Then lawyers, doctors, engineers, middle class workers established a union of unions and demanded a constituent assembly. Okay, मतलब कि वो ब्लडी संडे में और भी 2 important events were. उसके बाद जो ब्लडी संडे के बाद और 2 important events थे. Okay. In Russia, the First World War was initially popular, and the policies of Tsar Nicholas II were supported by the people. The First World War on the Eastern Front differed from that on the Western Front. In the West, armies fought from trenches, but in the East, armies moved a good deal and fought battles, leaving large casualties. Russia's army lost badly in Germany and Austria between 1914 and 1916. There were over 7 million casualties by 1917. This defeat shocked and demoralized the Russian army. Okay, so that was a little description. Then what were the effects of the First World War on the Russian economy? That is, Russia had few industries and the country was cut off from other supplies of the industrial goods by German control of the Baltic Sea. Industrial equipment disintegrated more rapidly in Russia than elsewhere in Europe. By 1916, railway lines began to break down. The men, that is able-bodied men, were sent to fight the war. Thus labor shortages resulted shutting down industries and small workshops producing essentials. Large supplies of grain was sent to feed the army. Therefore, for the people in the cities, bread and flour became scarce. Okay, that was after the First World War. जब ये Russian that is effects of the First World War on the Russian economy. Since Russia was also a superpower bloc at that time, लेकिन उसे effect तो हुआ था ना, it had been affected. Okay, that is Lenin was the leader of the Bolshevik party, and that is on his return from exile in April 1917, he organized his party to take over the reins of government, and the Mensheviks running the provisional government had lost popular support. In his April thesis, he put forward clear policies to end Russian participation in the war, transferring land to the tiller and nationalizing banks. He proclaimed the right to self-determination of all people in Russian Empire. On 7th November 1917, the provisional government fell, making Lenin the head of the world's first communist country. He implemented his policies to make Russia a truly socialist till his death in 1924. Okay, that was his April thesis. Okay students, so that was a small recap of this lesson, and I had also explained its few objectives type questions from the interior of the text. So please do read this lesson, as it will be helpful for you all to do the MCQs. Okay, and please well prepare yourself for your second periodic test, and also your subject enrichment activity. Please submit it on time. Okay, so with this students, I wrap up my class here. Thank you to all. Take care.